guys, welcome to Horror Me. I'm your host, Darren Mitchell, and on today's video, we're going to be taking a look at American Daydreams in York, Pennsylvania. This place is really, really cool. It has lots of vendors, and I've found lots of cool horror stuff here in the past, so let's not waste any time and let's go take a look inside. This would be cool for the house.
Daydream kids, I remember. There's the vampire from Lost Boys. Drinks in this might be one of us. Remember that?
I'm going to try to slow down as I'm looking at everything.
Guy from Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And there's the baby on there.
So there's kind of stuff everywhere.
Oh yeah. That's all I know.
I have that exact one.
There's old Muscle Man Street Fighters. These old ones. I don't think these are old, are they? I don't see a date. There's stuff down here, but my favorite stuff is upstairs. Panther. There's lots of records here too. I found some good soundtracks here in the past. All right, guys, I had to do a voiceover here because they were playing Men at Work extremely loud on the speakers here. So I had to do a little bit of a voiceover here. So as you guys can see, we kind of just cruised through this area here. Didn't really see much in this area. There was a lot of just like knickknacks and stuff like that. But over in this area, it's really cool if you're a record collector in American Daydreams here. They have a lot of vintage records. They also have a lot of awesome movie soundtracks. So definitely check it out if you're over here. As we move to this area, I was looking at some of the VHS tapes. I didn't really see anything cool except for that Buried Alive tape that was over there in the corner. You can see here there is some cassette tapes, which is weird. Cassette tapes are kind of coming back, just like records. Especially with the younger generation, I've noticed them kind of getting tapes again. So as we move on around the corner here, you're going to see here in a second that there's some really cool vintage toys in a glass case. Yep, there it is there. So you can see up top there we have some Transformers. And then we move down into, I forget what brand that is. That's still Transformers, might be. And then we come up with some of the wrestling stuff there. And we move into some Masters of the Universe. I was really surprised to see those little people things. Those are super rare to have them in the original packaging as well. So that was cool to see. And we saw Street Fighter 2. There's a lot of loose figures at this location. They kind of bag up their own stuff with their own logos there, you can see. We got some of the old Masters of the Universe stuff. You're going to see here in a second, these VHS, that Neon Maniacs tape is super rare. I didn't pick it up today, but I am planning on coming back there on payday to take a look at this. I might, if it's still there, I might actually pick that up. They wanted $70 for it. But that one is super, super rare. It is a PAL tape, so it won't play in a US VHS player, but it is still cool as a collectible. Once I put it up there again, you're going to see some other tapes that I like there too. They had the Hollywood Strangler. That's another good one. They want 70 for that as well. But that one's totally worth it. The Tormentor there, I think that is the re-release. I don't think that is the original one, but that Hollywood Strangler is sick. Look at that thing. Ugh, I love that so much. That Planet of the Apes piece was pretty cool too. This is the comic section. All this stuff is slabbed. My friend Craig, big guy in horror, would love this section. There's a lot of graded stuff. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check with my friend Eric, because I know he's after. I think he has the whole Faces of Death set, but I think he was saying to me recently he was looking for something else in this series. So I have to check with him to see if he needs those. Here's a lot of the graded stuff. Normally I don't look at the comic stuff, but I know some of you guys are into this stuff, so I figured I'd show it. You guys will have to let me know if there's anything good here, because I don't know anything about comics. Graphic novels. Here's more graded stuff.
That's pretty cool.
See this section. Here's some more VHS. I love American Werewolf in Paris. I really do. I don't see anything.
You heard that movie Breaking?
What is this? This place actually has some pretty cool one-sheets upstairs, and they seem to get a variety of things. So it's never really the same stuff, so I'm excited to see what they have today. I have so many one-sheets, I can't even put them all up in my house. But if I see a good one, sometimes I like to rotate them out. Aw. A little chick. Some kind of animal skull. This is like a Harry Potter area. Bunch of Harry Potter stuff. This is, on this side, it's more like antique-y things, if that makes sense. Although I did see some cool VHS over on this side not too long ago. Blood and Guns. There's some Masters of the Universe tapes. Let's see what's behind here. Teen Wolf 2. Mr. Mom. So some comedies. That's cool. Dawn of the Dead. Friday the 13th Part 3. Friday the 13th. Part 8. The Entity. There's someone there. Okay. Okay, I see what you're laying down. Yeah, this place is really cool. So if you're over in York, Pennsylvania, definitely swing by American Daydream. You could probably find something for everybody in this place. Oh, there's more of that uranium glass that we've seen at some places. Very cool. All right, let's make our way upstairs. Sorry, the fans are going up here. It might be a little loud. Again, I won't be able to tell until I edit. All right, guys, I had to do another voiceover because they started jamming out some crazy guitar music, solos and stuff like that from some music that will definitely be flagged. So sorry I have to do a voiceover again. But honestly, let me know what you guys think about these voiceovers, because I feel like the audio is way better when I do voiceovers. I know I like to kind of show you guys what I'm saying in the moment as I'm seeing things, but if you guys prefer this narration type of thing, I will do this instead if you like this better. So let me know. But let's continue moving on. This is the upstairs portion, which I like better than downstairs. There seems to be more things that I'm kind of after upstairs than I typically find downstairs. This Bela Lugosi, I thought it was a screen print at first, but it was actually painted by somebody. So that was pretty cool. Not something I would buy, but still pretty cool. Over in this area, there was a lot of like vintage radios and different things like that. As you can see, there's some vintage tape decks there. But then we get over here into the one sheets that I was talking about downstairs. They seem to rotate these a lot. We have a Child's Play 3 there. We have 101 Dalmatians there. We got Boys in the Hood. Sorry if you hear snoring in the background. My elderly bulldog is snoring behind me. We have the Terminator. We have Goodfellas. What was that? A Mad Magazine. What is it? Up in the something? I missed that. And then Humongous there. Humongous is actually a super underrated film in my opinion. It doesn't get nearly as much love as it should. I actually might pick that one up one day because I really do like that movie. That one was really cool too. Hot and Deadly. I've never seen that before. I actually have this basket case one, and I also have the video store promotional little thing that hangs from the ceiling. I'll show you guys that in another video at some point. I'm going to do a video just on some of my promotional items. But Suburban Commando, that's a pretty cool one. I've never actually seen that one sheet out in person before. Independence Day, The Dead Zone, which was pretty cool. Was that Fu Manchu? What else do we have here? Poltergeist 2. Deadly Blessing. That's another also underrated film that not a lot of people talk about, and I wish they would. Kick of Death. What do we have next here? The Fisher King. If you've never seen The Fisher King, great movie. Pump Up the Volume. Christian Slater. What do we have next here? The Metal Years. I have no idea what that is. Awakenings. Never seen that. Bambi. What is that? Mobsters. Look Who's Talking 2. Darkman 2. Naked Gun 2.5. I love the Naked Gun movies. It's totally my type of comedy. We have Jungle Fever. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what language that is. You guys are going to have to tell me because I don't know. Oh, that's a cool Point Break one. Wizard of Oz. The Godfather. I don't know what that is. It's Doris Day. Trio in Rio. Don't know that one. Another Doris Day one. JFK. The Punisher. That's a cool one. That's the Dolph Lundgren version of The Punisher. So the older one. Robot Jocks. That's actually a super rare one because the movie itself is hard to find, or at least the VHS tape is. So I'm sure that's pretty hard to find too. Then there was a lot of these anatomical charts. We have Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 there, Chinatown, Enter Three Dragons. Which one was that? Unnecessary Roughness, Children of the Corn one. I've been thinking about buying this. This was there last time too, but it's just kind of janked up. It's got a crazy crease in the middle that just wouldn't flatten out. We have the dinosaurs, Graveyard Shift, Apocalypse Now, Boogie Nights. I don't know what that is. Boys in the Hood, Brain Scan. That's another good one. Dracula, 1976. Citizen Kane, and that's a Roger Waters promotional concert poster. So that's pretty cool too. I'm just going to keep on with the narration because the music was playing so long while I was up there. Instead of just chopping this video up, going back and forth between my narration and me talking in the video, it'll just be too much. So I will just continue narrating for you. As you can see, there's a lot of Halloween stuff out, obviously, because we are now into October. So a lot of the vendors are trying to put out as much of their Halloween stuff as they can. I thought this Dracula, Universal Monsters, animatronic was pretty cool. I had one very similar to this for Wolfman in the past. It wasn't the same line as this one, but it was very similar. Let's see what we got here. You can see our girl Betty right there. That Lugosi and Karloff Black Cat poster was pretty cool. It was an original. It's a reprint. In this section, there was more like kind of newer things. This is a vendor that kind of remakes some of the older things. You can see there she kind of screen prints on cups and different things like that. That one there is an older Halloween decoration. That was pretty cool. We got a little foam framed picture of Elvira there, and there's our girl Betty again, looking all sexy. Yeah. It's actually good that I'm doing this voiceover too, because there was actually a lot of people in here today. Normally when I'm here, there's not a lot of people, but for some reason today, there seemed to be a lot of people. As we move on, we're in this next section. Didn't really see anything cool in this little area other than this 9-inch CRT TV, which was really awesome. I've never seen one that small. I think the smallest I've ever seen was an 11-inch. But that was interesting to see a 9-inch version. And then we keep cruising around the corner here. There's not much in this back section. This was more like, oh man, doesn't it make you sick to see Christmas stuff already? Ugh. We're not even through Halloween yet. This next section is really cool. It's all about vintage clothing. The person that runs this part of the store, I've met a few times. Really, really cool. They actually travel all over the area, different stores, and find really cool vintage t-shirts and stuff like that. What do we have here? The Strange Change Toy. We got the Creepy Crawlers Thing Maker 2. I wish I still had my Creepy Crawlers oven. In this area here is more records, and actually down along the bottom, it's huge stash of horror laser discs. So if you're a laser disc collector, it's definitely a honey hole for laser discs, especially if you're looking for horror. Definitely check it out there. I've peeled through some of that section a lot, and they have some really, really crazy ones. What do we have there? Dr. Dreadful. I love that Never Ending Story poster that I just flashed up there for a second, but it's not for sale. I actually asked them once when I was there before if they would sell it, and they said no, it's part of their feng shui. This side of the building upstairs is all about VHS. So you know me, I'm a huge VHS collector. I have a massive collection, and I'm always looking to add to it. This is one of my little honey hole spots. I wasn't going to tell many people about it, but I figured I would in this video. If you're into something weird video, they have a huge stash of them upstairs. So if you're looking for specific ones, it's a good place to check. I'm still after the basket case one for a buddy of mine. I look every time I'm here to see if they have it, and I have yet to find it. But as we move on, you'll see when we turn here, there we go. This section here is all horror. So you can find some really sweet tapes to fill in your collection. I've found so many that I've needed. And you'll find quality ones here. Like, look, there's a Nightbreed right here. There is the original promotional tape for Leprechaun. So if you're missing that or needing that for your collection, it's right there. I have one sealed. Otherwise, I would have picked that up. As you can see, yeah, look, there's Pumpkinhead there. They got the Howling, Stage Fright, lots of good ones. The Biohazard, that's a good tape. I actually thought about picking that one up. I might actually pick that up on payday. This was a crazy one. It is a whatchamacallit, what did they say there? It is like they call it a convention tape. It's not real, or it's a remake, or not a remake. What am I trying to say here? Of Cannibal Campout, which is a super rare tape if you find it in the original clamshell, or not clamshell, original slipcase. This one I've been thinking about buying for so long too, because I love the Relic, as you guys know, and that's a Japanese Relic tape. Super, super hard to find. And we're just going to kind of cruise a little bit. You can see what else. I also wanted to show this Forever Evil. If you go back and look at my channel, I did an entire video on Forever Evil because it's so underrated and it's so awesome. And it's truly a hidden gem. I think I actually called the video Forever Evil, Why It's a Hidden Gem, or something like that. So if you go back in my videos and you want to check it out, I did a whole narrated sequenced video for that. So here we're just kind of showing the rest. I typically don't look at this other side next to this section of horror, because it's all kind of like action and movies for little kids, as you can see. So nothing that I'm particularly interested in, but I figured I would just kind of flash it up. But you can see there's a lot of VHS tapes for kids. But this little section here is called Atomic Video. I also really like that Frankenstein there. So if you're on Instagram, type in Atomic Video, and you can actually buy stuff from their site or from their Instagram too, and they actually ship it from right out of the store. So even if you can't come to the store in Lancaster or York, Pennsylvania, hit them up. I actually showed that witches thing because I'm thinking about doing the main witch as a one of my busts coming up, which will be into next year because we already have the rest of the year planned out for my subscription box for Serial Resin Co. But I'm thinking about doing the witch character. Then we looked over here. There wasn't much over here. Kind of just closing out the video here. Hey guys, welcome back. We're in the car now. We just came out of American Daydream. As you guys can see, very, very cool place. You can spend hours and hours in a place like that. You kind of got to look at every nook and cranny. I did just do a quick walkthrough, but again, like I said, if you're ever in York, PA, definitely check this place out. You can find something for pretty much anybody, whether it's a young child or an older adult. There's always something here for somebody. So I want to say thanks guys for tuning in. I'm definitely going to come back on payday because I definitely saw some rare VHS tapes that I am going to pick up if they're still here. I just didn't want to pop on them today because that will put me in a bad situation until I get paid. So I just want to say thanks guys for tuning in. Leave this video a like and a comment. Let me know about the cool things that you liked in this video, and I will see you on the next video.